Hi there, customer experience community. This is Dominic. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to look at Zendesk messaging. I know this video has been long overdue because I have created another version of this video back in the day. You can find it somewhere on the channel. However, yeah, video quality was much worse. And I have an updated version of that, right, with this newer camera. And there's also a bunch of new functionality that came from Zendesk with this new feature. And we're going to look at what that looks like. And it's pretty badass, if you ask me. But nobody asked. So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm excited to show this to you because it's, I was a little bit worried that Zendesk was lagging a little bit behind on the AI bits, so the chatbot functionality. It's because, as you know, Zendesk is a big platform. It's an omni-channel solution, and it does a lot of things, many things, and it does them very well. However, many companies, small companies, have emerged and they only do one bit very well. For example, there are some companies that do only chat customer service, like Intercom, for example. We'll actually look at their customer experience one day because I started a series of reviewing customer experience for different products. So they only do chat, right? So all their energy was focused on that, and they were gaining ground. But now Zendesk is coming from behind, and they're doing a great job. Mainly, what has come new is the fact that you can connect your API. So this is like it's probably like a month old, I guess, the functionality now. So what you can do essentially is you can, with the help of the default Zendesk functionality, you just ping your backend, ping your somewhere like your backend to that you keep your sales database for your customer base, for example. And somebody asks, "Where is my order?" You can just to hook it up with a delivery service, like a tracking system, and you can automatically show them if the order was shipped or if it's due to come. So we're actually going to look in one of these examples because I know you guys are looking for these and you want to get rid of repetitive requests. And especially if you're a retailer, you'll know that, especially with Black Friday, kudos to you. Hope you're hanging in fine over there. I know it's tough during these times. So yeah, you're going to love these. But of course, this doesn't just limit itself to retailers, but rather to more sorry, rather to any company. So I invite you to use your imagination and to see how this applies to your business, what we're going through, how this applies to your business. I am going to share my screen. By the way, before we do that, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please like this video because it helps the algorithm and it helps this bring it to more people. And comment if you want to see some special content. Love to do these. All right. So, bam. Okay, so we're going to go through the whole shabam, to be honest. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. The whole shabam means I know it's complicated, or well, especially if you're interacting with it the first time, then yes, it can be complicated. What's very important to differentiate is the fact that Zendesk has some old functionality and some new functionality. If you just want to simplify it, oversimplify it, that's it. That's all you have to remember. New and old. Well, the new functionality is the one that we're actually going to explore, but it's important to understand how it differentiates from the old, right? So Zendesk has this new pimp service, like with new functionality that allows you, that I just said, like it allows you to ping your backend and interact with much more interactive kind of usage, which is called Zendesk messaging, right? So the messaging widget in Zendesk is this new functionality that allows you to create these bots, allows you to create these interactive guidance of your users through some flows, right? Until you send them to an agent. And you can also use this functionality to hook it up with your social media channels, because that's why it's called social messaging or Zendesk messaging, right? And it can be accessed within your professional, upwards of professional Zendesk suite. So what it does is you can use this new functionality. However, you have the old function. So this is the new. The old functionality, however, is the Zendesk Classic Web Widget, which we're not going to go into that because, yeah, it's old. It's getting older. Well, it's like 5 years old. It's like Fred Flintstone stuff. It's the past, bro. Anyways, it's ancient now in how fast technology is moving nowadays. So we don't focus on that. This functionality that we're looking at does not work in the classic web widget. However, the new one works. Within the new one, it does work. So let's go through the whole shebang. And this whole shebang is I'm going to create it from scratch. So I'm going to create a brand for you. In that brand, we're going to activate a widget, and then that widget we're going to take over and create a bot for. And we're going to just create a few, let's say, not predefined, but some flows. Some of them, which are, let's say, the basic ones. And I will walk you through what that is. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen now. I'm going to go to accounts and I'm going to go to brands first. So brand management, brands, and I'm going to create a brand for us for now. Add a brand. I'm going to call this one Kaido because I like this name. Let's call it Kaido. Kaido.zendesk. Kaido Dominic. I like Kai Dominic. Well, no, let's call it Kaido Store. Like that. Kaido Store. Uh, Logo. I don't have a logo. Blah blah. I don't care about this. I will integrate it with messaging with a messenger. I'm not going to activate it from now, so I'm just going to save this up. All right. So has already taken Kaido store and has already been taken. Name Kaido. Okay, no worries. Then let's see. Is it Kaido store? So all good. I see it's working. So I don't know why you're giving me this error, but it doesn't matter. Now what we need to do is we're going to create a help center. And why I'm creating a help center, because that's where we will be testing our widget, like what we're going to be playing around with. It takes a moment because it has to go to space to get this done. So I encourage you to calm your tits. So yeah, let's go. Now, next, what we're doing next, so we have done this. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to create a widget, right? So that's why my main reasoning for this. So I have created my brand, which is Kaido. It's here. I'm going to close this up. Now I'm going to go to channels and I'm going to go to the messaging channel. So now I have a bunch of widgets here and I have a bunch of channels that I've integrated, right? I have a Facebook, I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, and these are all widgets. As you can see, web widget, web widget, web widget, right? And now we're going to add a channel and we're going to do web widget. So the reason why I'm walking you through this is because I want you to see how to do it, because it's can be very can get complicated, and that's why I'm doing it from scratch so you can follow along. Kaido install to your sites. Well, okay, so it has created it. Now, what this does is I can take this up, I can copy it just exactly like it is, and I can go paste it in the header of my website or your website, wherever it is, and it will immediately appear with whatever you set in it. So just to give you an example, this is our website on Roka, and we have it here, right? So we just pasted it in the header of the website, and it just magically appears there. I'm not a programmer and I was able to do it. You can too. No worries. So if I can do it, then you can do it because I'm not good with programming. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to add it to the help center because that's where we're going to test it. Remember, I created that. This is the reason why I did. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's add it. Next. I don't want to add a logo. Color is fine. Next. Now, what I need to do with this is, well, I can find some, styles here, and then I can go through and I can make it however I want. But yeah, I'm not going to insist on this because this is not the point of this. Now I can choose a schedule, which I recommend that you do, right? Set the right expectations for your customers. And for example, I'm going to do Central Europe. I created this one. Response during business hour, response outside. I won't insist on this because it's pretty self-explanatory, right? And you can look through this yourself. And I don't want to insist on this because that's the topic for another discussion. Authentication. Yeah, I want to remember history. I want to see, because it's a messaging feature, I want to have an ongoing discussion and see the history and not delete it. Okay, good. Automatically embed to help center. This is what I wanted to check. Okay. So, okay, good. So this has been created. I am happy with it. Let's save it. Now, what I need to do is I need to see if this is associated. Where is it? So let's see, Kaido. Okay, good. Edit. Okay, good. Channel is good. Now, where we go is we go to bots next. Next is the bots. And what we have to do is we have to create a bot, right? Now, this is the juicy part. Hopefully you enjoy it. Add a bot. So give it a name. I'll call it Kaido. The reason why I'm doing this is just because I need to associate it very easily, because if you start creating more than one, you'll see that it starts to get complicated, and I don't want you to go through that. Now, what I need to do, and this is very important, that's why I wanted to do this from scratch, is to choose a brand. And I'm going to choose the brand that I just created, because this means that this is where my tickets that are going to be created by you're going to be associated with this brand. Okay. So I'm going to create the bot. Now, by default, I have these intents already laid out, right? So order didn't arrive. This is an example. Talk to a human and reset password. I like these already. So let's see. Let's look at these. Let's order didn't arrive. Okay. Okay, so this is a very basic kind of intent, right? So let's see if we can have a preview. Here we go. So this is what it's going to look like. Did you place an order over 2 weeks, right? So this is what it looks like, right? So I have, where did you place your order? When did you place your order? And I have two options: over 2 weeks ago, in the last 2 weeks. Well, obviously, if it's over 2 weeks, then you should talk to an agent, right? So this is the actual point of that, right? In the last 2 weeks, many couriers take time, right? So anyway, many couriers take time. Anyway, that's not the point. This is just like an example. I want us to create one from scratch, because where is it? Here we go, Kaido. Let's create one from scratch. Create an answer. Let's call this intent invoice. Now, what I'm doing is I'm creating a flow, an intent essentially for invoices. If customers come in and they say, where is my invoice? I need an invoice. I didn't get an invoice. I want them to read an article in my knowledge base on how to do that themselves, right? To encourage them to self-serve. So invoice. I just put different variants. This is me. I have to think about, in my mind, I have to make a plan. It's not just like a random thing. This is a thing. This is something which takes time to do, to think about. It takes more time to think about than it actually takes to do, because you just come here, you see this video, once you know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, then you're doing it and you'll just come back to it 50 times. Just to think about it once. So what is the user going to search for? Obviously, they're going to say invoice. I have to imagine the keywords. Invoice, where is my invoice? Right? So this tells the bot that if somebody types, where is my invoice? It automatically should show me an article that I am going to create. But let's continue. Where is my invoice? I need an invoice. This needs to be taught. This just like a baby. It's a baby that you teach to do stuff, right? You tell them, like, you teach them to say mama, then you say, mama, I need to go pee pee, right? You start growing from there. And the reason why I'm giving this example is because I have a small kid and I'm due to start doing that myself. I need an invoice. Where is my invoice? Invoice not arrived. I don't know. This is as many variations as you think, variations of this as you can think of. I am not going to dwell on this a lot because our purpose is a different one. So we're going to do next. So our intent is, if somebody writes invoice, where's my invoice? I need an invoice, or invoice not arrived. It's to do something, right? So now let's tell it what to do. And these are the options that we have right now. We have a send message, present options, or show help center articles, Ask if questions are resolved. This is new. This is very new. Ask for details, right? So this is like me asking, give me more information, but I will not dive into that. This is also new. Transfer to an agent at business hours, and this one, make API call. This is also new. So we're going to look at these. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to say, I'm going to give a message and say, oh, oh, I see you are looking for an invoice. You are looking for an invoice. Please take 1 minute of your time to read how to download your own invoice. Good. Nice. So what a nice smiley. Now, piece of advice of customer experience best practice: don't make this too long. Don't just make it. People, if they know they're going to interact with a bot, don't make this complicated. I see you guys on your companies that you're making these long messages. Like, you think users are going to stay and read what like a kilometer long, a mile long message from a bot? No, man. They just want to be very short and sweet. Please be precise. This is just me being biased here. Okay, good. So this is what I want now. Now, next, I want to add a step. So what I'm going to do now, you need to activate. Okay. So it's very smart that it does this. I need to activate my guide. So I have created my guide. I'm going to jump here real quick, and I'm going to activate my guide. So let's activate our guide. Not this one. Maybe this one, Kaido, because we just created it. Let's activate it. Let's go here. So we do this just to be able to access. Here we go. Activate. Just to access its articles, right? So now it's activated. Good. Now, let me just save this. Let's click done. And the reason I did this is because I need to refresh. Like, Zendesk tip: whenever you do something, you fix that setting, you save, but you save, but you have to refresh your screen. Never not refresh your screen, because then you'll be disappointed. Like, where is it? Where is it? Why is it not there? It's not working. Okay, so now let's go add step, and here we go. Show help center articles. Boom. Now let's give it. Let's see if any of these help. Okay. Now let's look for some articles. Help. Start. Come on. I know I have some default. Here we go. Bam. And bam. Here we go. So you give them 2 articles, and then ask if this was resolved. Was this helpful? Yes. Was this helpful? Yes. This problem solved. No, I still need help. Right. So yes, if the problem solved, great. That's amazing. No, I still need help. What I can do here, and I recommend that you maybe do this, is like, if you still need help, I recommend that you always okay, so a transfer to agent step can be added as a last step of an answer. Okay, so I can do this. Okay, so now I'm asking them, no worries, either rephrase it or get connected to an agent. But logically, right, if they are not resolved, then you need to put them in touch with a human, if you have the resources. But if you don't, someone will be right with you. Someone will be right with you. By the way, like, what do you guys think? Like, all the layoffs in tech, Jesus Christ. Okay, good. So this is, I'm asking for a name, I'm asking for an email. I recommend that you do also ask type of inquiry. Like, what can I help you with, right? An agent will see this and they see, he needs something. Type of inquiry. Add it here. Good. Thank you. Someone will be right with you. Done. All right. Good. So edit this one. Talk to a human. So invoice, I'm going to publish my bot, and it asks me, where do you want to publish it? I want to publish it in this widget, right? The new one that I just created. Publish. All right. So these have been published. So I published talk to a human and invoice. Now, What I can do is I can go down and test to see if I have these online real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open an incognito window, Kaido store, da da da. This is my link. I'm going to open it and let's see. So I see my widget here. I activated it and I have one flow. Okay, so I have talked to a human, of course, that makes sense. And if I type invoice, I should be able to see the flow that I just created. Oh, I see. You're looking for an invoice. Let's see if these can help, right? And I have links to my beautiful articles asking for feedback. Was this good? No, I still need help, or yes or no. Anyway, back to our flow real quick. Okay, so I need to create an order flow now. Like, where is my order? Order didn't arrive. This one is too basic. We're just going to skip through it because this is going to be the more complex one. We're going to build where is my order, and we're going to use the Zendesk functionality that has been newly created to ping an API and ping an endpoint, and then receive an answer back, and then display that and perform an action based on that. It's freaking amazing. I love it. So let's go back to bots. Before we do that, what I want to do is I want to connect a Facebook channel as well. So if I go to settings here, I'm going to see I just have it available for my widget, for my this widget, Kaido widget that I have just created. But and if I go to messaging channel, I can see that I have a Facebook Messenger channel, which is, for example, if I go to edit, it's not associated with my brand, it's associated with another brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to associate it with Kaido, with this brand that I've just created. Good. Now I'm going to go to bots. So you have to do this too. Then go here to settings, right? And you have to enable this for yourself, right? It was enabled for me. So now it's enabled for this channel as well, right? Because I've associated with the brand, and now it is standing here. It's here to stay. Good. Now let's go back to our bot and create this order flow that we just talked about, this more complex one. Now, this is requires a little bit of technical knowledge. So it doesn't require programming, but it requires a little bit of technical knowledge. Like I would say a medium technical knowledge. If you know APIs, good for you. If you don't, then you need help from somebody who does. So now let me pull this up. Yeah, here we go. This. So I already have my API endpoint created, right? So Ahmed, my our very talented technical architect, has already helped out with this. So we have this Postman endpoint, which we are going to use to ping our backend. Oops, sorry, deleted it by a mistake. And see what the order is doing. So let's do it. Now let's create an answer. We call this one where is my order? And now let's get, so the intent is where is my order? Now let's put order. Where is my order? Order inquiry. What else would people type? So continual gradual process where you type these things out and you make it better every day. Where is my order? Order inquiry. What else? Where's my order? Status of order. I'm going to let you have fun with this. Next. All right. So let's see. What we need to do is we need to say, yeah. What we need to do is like, okay, say these are our options, right? So first message there we're going to put out there is going to be let's see. So we're going to give the user some options. Like you want do you want an order that has already been shipped or not, right? Or is it a new order, or do you want to maybe create an order? Present options. So oh, oh, an order inquiry. Our favorite. I missed an O here. Favorite. Favorite. Okay. Please choose which option suits you. Favorite. All right, cool. Good. So option is existing order or new order. So I want to order something new, right? Okay. So we're going to do something really quickly. So because it's a new order, I want them to interact with an agent directly. So transfer to an agent. I'm not going to even bother. If it's a new order, someone will be right with you to help you process your order faster. All right. So what do we need? What do we need? We need name, email, and what product? Product. And then no tags. I don't want to tag. Transfer to agent. Someone will be right with you. Someone will be right with you. Good. Awesome. Now, existing order. If it's an existing order, what do I need to do? So if it's an existing order, then I need to ask, okay, what is the order number, right? So this is what I'm going to say. So I'm going to ask for details, right? So this is a new feature. Ask for details. And I'm going to say numero comando. That's the name of my field. That's the name that I've mapped out with my Postman API endpoint. So I'm going to ask for numero comando or order ID. So I'll call this order ID, right? This is what I'm going to call it. So in here, you choose the fields that are relevant to your order number, right? It can be alphanumeric, it can be numeric, however you have this set up for yourself. Now, I'm asking for numero comando, which is the order number. Now for the order number, we're going to say, okay, existing order. So wait, before that, I need to say, give a message, right? I need to essentially be fluent about this, not just throw random things at users. So let's give a message like in order to verify your order. Yeah, please provide your order. In order to verify your order, please provide your order number below. Okay, good. Good. Right? So, order ID. So I'm asking for the order ID. Good. So after the order ID, what am I going to do? I'm going to have a API request. So I'm going to add another here. I'm going to say make API call. So with the order ID that the user gives me, I'm going to make an API call because I am so badass. Okay. So, now give this a name. Make API call to my backend. To my backend. No description. API details. Now, this is a get. Get means like give me something. Right? I have a few options here. Get, post, or write, put, patch, delete. I'm going to need get this time. So that's why you need a little bit of technical magic. So, as I said, this is my API endpoint. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in here. Now, what you need to do is you need to add a variable. The variable is going to be the order ID, or the numero comando. And what this does, right? This is my order, the postman, and it adds at the end my order ID, my field. This is my field, right? So it's this instead of this, it's going to be whatever you map this out for yourself, how you called your field, right? So now let's, what we need to do is now we need to test it, right? We need to see if this actually works. So, good. Now let's make API call, make API call. Uh, let's make API call. Here we go. So we have something back. The API has returned us a result, which is this order. And I need to, and in my case, so what I need to point out this is not Zendesk. This is what my backend is giving me, right? This is tailored to how your backend system works. So that's why you need to have someone technical helping you, or you are that technical person, or you hire someone that can help you. One of my guys or myself. Well, one of my guys. I'm not good at this. To add this, call it ID. Call this status. I'm going to save this as well, and the tracking number. Boom. Save. No, nice. Okay, cool. Now, next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so I have two options here, right? And I'm going to say, if my API call is successful, in here, I'm going to go and API successful. I'm going to give a message and I'm going to say the status of your order is whatever this says. Is it shipped? Is it shipped or is it not shipped? So I'm going to do exactly this. I'm going to put a message here and I'm going to say the status of your order is, and now I'm going to add a variable. And the variable is this status. It's shipped or it's in process or it's being delivered or however you have this named into your business, right? Okay, so it is order number is status. I'm going to put it in between these I don't know what they're called, double colons, I guess. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm essentially kind of going to just going to leave it like this for now. I do have another step because I am, for example, myself, I am integrating with DHL in this example. So I would like to go a step further. So I don't want to overcomplicate you, but I do have another API endpoint with DHL. So I want you to see, for example, customization that will show you, for example, you can ping your backend and then your backend can communicate with DHL or America Express, not America Express. This is a credit card company. FedEx, whatever that delivery service is in your country. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire another API call in here after I say whatever this is. I'm going to say make another API call and call DHL API. This is what I'm going to call it. HL and API details. I'm going to use get again. I'm going to paste this here like this. I'm going to delete this up because I don't want you to be influenced. Stop. Wait. All right, delete it. So boom. And I put tracking number, which is one of my variable, right? The variables that my backend is giving me, right? So I am using this, right? I'm using this from DHL. And I'm taking the tracking number that my backend has given me and I'm giving it to DHL and saying, DHL, do you know where this is? It's been shipped or what's the deal? Right. So I am doing like a really smart thing here. Okay. So now if it's been successful, what am I going to do? So if it's successful, then I'm going to say, you can check your order here. And I'm going to put a message. You can check your order in transit here. All right, so I'm going to put this tracking number. I can also say ID. I can also say status, whatever I want, right? So I can reuse these uh, variables every time I want to. Okay, so now this is essentially it. I'm itching to show you how this looks like. So open an incognito. Okay. Where is my order? An existing one, please. Put 2207. All right. All right. The status of your order is shipped, and you can check the order in transit here. Tip. click it. Here we go. Order is being processed. So anyway, this is it. This is my DHL integration. So this has done it as well. Yes, problem solved. So as you can see, it's not the simplest thing. It is active now. It is working. And as you see, you need a bit of help to guide you and on how to make these things a little bit more complex, right? If you need something simple, it's simple. If you need something more complex, then you get something more complex. Now, this is how you create a flow in your flow builder, something a little bit more complex with the latest Zendesk functionality for the bot. Now, I hope this was useful for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And bye.